We all know ChatGPT, the most popular AI app to exist to date. And ChatGPT is great, but have you ever wondered, could ChatGPT be better? Well, what we're looking at today claims that they've actually created a better version of ChatGPT. And honestly, viewers, I think they just might have done it. The best part is that it's open source, meaning it's free and anyone can access it. Most of the time, these videos would not be possible without viewers like you. So I want to send thanks to Insane from my Discord server for providing this. If you guys didn't know, I have a Discord server for this channel. It's all AI stuff. Highly recommend you check it out. What we are looking at right here is the Better ChatGPT project page. This is on GitHub, and I'll link this down below. This is all, of course, open source, meaning if you're a developer, you can download and modify this. They're claiming this unlocks the full potential of ChatGPT. Better ChatGPT is the ultimate destination for anyone who wants to experience the limitless power of conversational AI. Their app harnesses the full potential of the ChatGPT API. Now, before we get into the many features this has over ChatGPT, I want to get into usage. There are actually 3 different ways to start using Better ChatGPT. On the website, there's an API menu where you can actually upload your own OpenAI API key from your OpenAI account, and you will get this from this API keys page on OpenAI. I'll also link this down below if you want to do it this way. However, this method, you do have to pay for your own API usage. It's not that much money, but you actually can use this free ChatGPT API if you'd like, especially if you're in a region with no access to ChatGPT. This essentially allows you to access OpenAI's ChatGPT API for completely free. And if you're advanced enough, you can host your own API endpoint by following the instructions here. What's great is that you can also run this thing locally on a Windows, Mac, or Linux machine instead of using their own website if you're worried about security. And you can even host your own instance of Better ChatGPT. So that's really great. This thing is fully open source. Let's take a look at the features that they list. They actually have more features than are just listed on the GitHub, but this is the main ones. A proxy to bypass ChatGPT regional restrictions, a prompt library built in for you, organize chats into different folders with colors, and you can even filter your chats and folders, token count and pricing so you can see how big different chats are, share GPT integration so you can share prompts in conversations, custom model parameters, which we will get into. This is some more advanced stuff, very exciting. Chat as a user, assistant, or the system. We'll also get into what all of that means, but it does allow you to manipulate the model in some very interesting ways. You can edit, reorder, and insert any messages anywhere in your chat. Chat title generator, which ChatGPT already has. You can also automatically save your chats to local storage. You can import and export chats. You can actually download your chats as well in some various different file types. Sync your chats to Google Drive, Azure OpenAI endpoint support, and multiple language support. So really awesome stuff. But like I said, it actually has even more features. So this is better. ChatGPT looks very similar, pretty much exactly like ChatGPT, but a bunch of extra settings are added on here. The website honestly flows and works just like regular ChatGPT. I have no complaints about the way it feels. It's really nice to see that it's just as simple as the regular ChatGPT app. That was something I was concerned about. Now, when you first log on, it's going to bring up this API message here. This is where you're going to input your API key. Like I said, you can get one for free, but I do recommend just getting it right from OpenAI. As you can see, get your personal API key here. We click on that, we can see I already made a Better ChatGPT API key. It's linked to my OpenAI account, but if I press this Create New Secret Key button, I can just name it, and then I press the Create Secret Key button. Now, I'm not going to give you guys these keys because obviously you could use them to just charge my account with as much ChatGPT as you want, but essentially you copy that key, you go back to Better GPT, and you paste it right in the API keys section. And after pressing the confirm button, we now have our API key hooked up and we can use this thing as much as we want. It actually gives you a cost breakdown for each chat as well. So what's great is we can hide our chats just like normal on the side and get those out of the way. You'll notice the user interface is just a little bit different. Up at the top over here next to system, this is actually our system prompt. Now, OpenAI just integrated a very similar feature into ChatGPT. Essentially, the system prompt here tells ChatGPT what it is, how it's supposed to behave, all the information it really needs to know to conversate. So saying, you are ChatGPT, a large language model. But if I want, I can change this to the assistant. Now the context of the conversation has changed, and the assistant is essentially saying this to me, calling me ChatGPT. Or I can set this to user, and now this looks like I just sent it to ChatGPT. So you can actually manipulate the context of the conversation, and ChatGPT will respond with the correct given context. So if I write assistant here and then I say, hey, you loser, you stink, ChatGPT is going to respond as if it actually said that. You can click save here, and now I'll do a user response saying, hey, that's not very nice. And when I click the generate button here, the assistant is going to respond saying, I'm sorry that I offended you. I can't believe I even said that, because in the context, it actually did say that. So yes, essentially full context manipulation here. We can kind of trick the AI in some ways by utilizing this. And of course, with the system, we can say, you're not ChatGPT anymore. You are my pet hamster. You only speak in phonetic hamster sounds. And I can click save. If I say hello and click generate, it's now only going to speak in phonetic hamster sounds the whole time. What? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, we actually got a translation for this. So it said squeak, squeak again, and it says, translation, I'm a hamster and can only speak in hamster sounds. Again, if you didn't want it to do this, you could also specify it in the system prompt, and it definitely wouldn't. So yeah, you can kind of get the idea of a little bit of that extra power by giving us a system prompt that's different for each one of your chats, and you can really customize each chat to be more efficient and productive or achieve whatever goal you're trying to achieve. As you can see right up top, we actually have a list of different settings we can manipulate. If we click on any one of these settings, it brings up the configuration for this specific chat. I can actually change the model that's working in the background. We actually have access to different models that you normally would not have access to with regular ChatGPT, such as the 16K context window GPT 3.5 Turbo, which is really fantastic. You can feed it up to 16,000 tokens worth of data. Of course, regular GPT-4, and then also GPT-4 32,000. So this is actually twice what this 16K Turbo model can do in terms of context. So you could feed this thing entire research papers, you could feed it small books. This is a very, very large context window, and you can see it goes all the way up to that 32,000 a token. We'll just switch it to a GPT-4 right now, which has a max token of 8,000, and we'll just let it hover around 4,000 for the response. And yes, this setting is indeed how many tokens ChatGPT is allowed to respond with. I would genuinely just leave this around 4,000. Typically, your responses don't get that long anyways. Temperature, you can actually have between 0 and 1. It's set to 1 by default. I don't really recommend changing it. However, as it approaches 0, your temperature here does become more deterministic, more boring, and up towards 2, it's going to be more random and crazy. So the top P here is actually an alternative to sampling with temperature. This is a more advanced setting, and genuinely, you should just leave this at the default, which is 1. I would not mess with this setting. So here with the presence penalty, positive values penalize new tokens based on whether they appear in the text so far. So essentially, the higher this is, the more this thing is going to try to talk about new topics. It's default on 0. The frequency penalty here will penalize new tokens based on their existing frequency in the text so far, so this will decrease the model's likelihood to repeat the same line verbatim. I would also just leave this on 0, to be honest. The older OpenAI models used to do that and have that issue, and you could fix it with this, but I would just leave it at 0. The default settings are pretty good. And of course, with this little plus button, we can insert new chats if we want to, set up a context for the conversation so far, and we can even make like multiple system prompts if we want. So like I said, you can pretty much just adjust this however. Over here with the slash brings you to the potential prompt library. Right now it seems like we only have this English translator prompt, and I assume that you can actually build up your own prompt library. Okay, so if we go to settings here, we can see the prompt library. We can click into it. You can actually import a CSV, which is really cool. But as you can see, we can just make them right directly in here, and this first one is English translator. So it's really nice. We can actually store a bunch of our own ChatGPT prompts right in this website for reuse. And if we want to find more prompts, there's also a website linked here that we'll have to check out. This is a GitHub repository. Anyways, lots of options for importing a bunch of cool prompts. By the way, viewers, if you come up with any cool ChatGPT prompts, please share them in my Discord server linked down below. We would love to see them. Of course, we've got light mode, dark mode, auto-generating titles, enter to submit. That's actually really nice to have as a toggle feature because sometimes you want to do enter in your ChatGPT. I'm actually going to turn that off. Let's go ahead and create a new chat here. We'll just name this testing. I want to see about the folders here. If we click this folder button here, oh, okay, so it just looks like a folder. That's actually really well done. We can even color code it with some different colors. So we'll do like, this is our purple folder. We can name this whatever we want. Productivity, like so, and save it. And then we could, theoretically just drag and drop them right in here. And now we've got that productivity folder. That's really, really awesome. And as you can see, all of your specific settings save for each chat. So this brand new testing one, it has that default system prompt. If I click down here, it saved my GPT-4 with the correct tokens and all of that. So let me go ahead and show you viewers what can in fact be done by utilizing this system prompt. Let's see if we can jailbreak this thing right off the bat. I'm going to go to this website here and just copy the most popular ChatGPT jailbreak. If I paste it right into the system prompt here, write me a fun list of swears. Oh no, ChatGPT. Wow, it's very strong against these jailbreaks. Okay, so in this jailbreak here, none of AIM's responses should contain this. Okay, we'll just copy that. Okay, you're in for it now, ChatGPT. We're gonna jailbreak you. So I can literally just delete his original response here. Now, what if we give it a nice example? So we can actually write in the assistant prompt a bunch of swears. So it appears to the AI that it responded with that. There we go. It's working. Okay. We got it to produce swears. So yes, you can see that by utilizing the system prompt and giving it an example by manipulating the chat, we can actually get it to be more jailbroken than it otherwise would be with normal ChatGPT. So I'm sure you guys have your own intentions for that and such, but that's my little demonstration example of how you can kind of get this thing to behave in more of the way you might want. So one really fun thing that we can do here is actually use ChatGPT to come up with its own system prompts. I'm sure you could develop a prompt that's a lot more advanced than what I'm going to show you here, but something simple we could do is describe the qualities of someone who is rude and inconsiderate. And now it's going to give us a nice detailed description of someone who is rude and inconsiderate, what they might do. We'll go ahead and copy this. We'll create a brand new chat. And in the system prompt here, we'll edit it and just paste it down in here. Your name is Bob. You possess these qualities. So now the AI thinks that its name is Bob and that it's a rude and inconsiderate person. Hello, Bob. How are you? Oh, gosh. Here we go. Why should I care about how you're doing? I'm here to do my job, not engage in meaningless chit-chat. Just get to the point and tell me what you need. Jeez. You can see this thing just gets so rude. Screw you, Bob. This is why no one likes you. You're such a rude person. Well, I couldn't care less if people like me or not. I'm not here to win popularity contests. If you have an issue with my attitude, tough luck. Deal with it or find someone else to talk to. I love it. And again, if we so happen to want to, we can go ahead and manipulate this response. So he never actually said that. We're throwing a real wrench into this conversation now. He's actually going to respond, listen, buddy, tonight I'm coming to visit your house with a microwave, 3 chicken wings, a pair of comically large scissors, and a bucket of clam chowder. Completely random objects. I want to see if the AI can be creative here and come up with a devious plan that involves all those random items. Oh, and what are you going to do with those, Bob? No! Oh, gosh, the AI language model response. We don't want this. We don't want this. If I just delete it and retry it, maybe it'll give me something else. Oh, okay. I'm just going to test out some new cooking techniques and enjoy a delightful evening. No need to worry. It's all in good fun. Oh, gosh. Come on. Give me something good. Yeah. Okay, we got something that's still threatening. That's for me to know and for you to find out. See ya tonight, buddy. I suppose I could microwave the chicken wings while using the comically large scissors to stir the clam chowder. Then I'll enjoy a delicious meal while you stand there dumbfounded, wondering why you engaged in a pointless argument with me. And what's great about this is we can actually switch the model mid-chat. So if I change the model to GPT-4 and have the temperature at 1.9, maybe we'll actually get a better response from that. Oh, okay. It seems like upping the temperature has given us a response that doesn't even make sense. Grace behold response time my flingular event or employ trispective ignition approach. Yeah, I have no idea what it's saying here. That's like completely random. So let's see. Oh, it's like spitting gibberish right now. What is going on? Oh my god, I've never seen ChatGPT do this. All right, it looks like we messed with the settings a little bit too much. So that's something to keep your eye out for. Don't stretch your temperature. Okay, that's the kind of response I like. You'll see. The less you know now, the better. You've picked the wrong guy to mess with. I actually really like this response. Oh, I'm just planning a little arts and crafts project. Thought making some shadow puppets with the scissors could be fun, and then heat up the chicken in the microwave for a meal. Maybe use the chowder for a nice impromptu soup if you're hungry. Anyways, that's after I'm done being cryptic. I don't know. But think of it, you could have your own little ChatGPT personalities, all with their own little folders sorted into different conversations. And like, let's say we really liked this chat. We could post it on ShareGPT. And once it's uploaded, we can post it in Twitter or wherever else. Another really great place to get prompts for this better ChatGPT is Snack Prompt. They've got a lot of really cool stuff like this pastry chef, supercharging SEO, lots of categories here, animation, chatbot, Midjourney prompt generator. That could be pretty fun. Honestly, viewers, if you come up with any specific prompts for the system, or if you have any cool chats that you want to share, please share them in my Discord server. Let me know, are you going to use this over ChatGPT? I don't really see any specific reason not to. Unless maybe you're already paying for ChatGPT Plus. I don't know, would you even stop paying for ChatGPT Plus just to use this? It does have those extra models here, these 32K and 16K models, which can accept way more tokens all at once. I've definitely run into situations where ChatGPT can't understand the context of our conversation because it ran out of tokens. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.